Was popping. It's your dog Art, man. The motherfucking great man. Finally got some. Finally got some free time. I'm over here laughing because I'm over here laughing because my dude texted me about the title of this video. Talk about some yeah. Viv out here beating this bitch up. Yeah. Y'all to talk about that shit. Y'all niggas need to talk about that shit for sure, man. But we are on here live. Let me let everybody know we are on here live. Give me one moment, family. Says send the link. I'm about to send the link right now. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. Man, Bivol out here beating this bitch up, man. Hate to see it. Hey, she talk about that nigga. That nigga is wild. Bivol was wild. They talk about she forced old girl to get an abortion, all types of shit. Hey, them Russians don't be playing. And you know what's crazy though? It's because folks will look at it and be like, oh no, Bivol's a nice guy, all because they don't see him talk and all that shit. But nigga, you don't know what man, a smart man, wise man told me when I was younger, he said, man, you'll never know what happens behind closed doors. Real shit. You could think, oh man, this person's the fucking best. He's da 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 da. But then you go out and you see that you hear some crazy shit about him in the light, like, oh, this nigga killed his kids, killed his wife, or some crazy shit. It really be like that. Niggas be quiet. You don't be knowing what their intentions are, and then you hear some crazy shit about them that can't be refuted. Like, bro. And then I'm over here looking like, okay, so the bitch out on Instagram posting this shit, letting everybody know. And all those boxing fans, we see it. We like, oh, okay, what's going on? Boxing media, they like, they don't see shit. They acting like they don't see shit. And me, Art, man, it's my fucking job, man, to go out here and expose that shit, man. Media double fucking standards, bro, to the max. Said Tank did double the numbers with lesser opponent. These people have spoken. Yeah, we gonna cook on that. 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 Give me one sec. I'm over here. I got some real sticky tree, and this shit's sticking to the fucking grinder. But shout out to everybody in the chat. My dude Southpaw, my dude D Hive, my dude JR. Shout out to my brothers, man. We out here, man. We out here. Definitely. But we could definitely get into the Javante Davis thing, man. Um I honestly consider Javante Davis the face of boxing. They see some of don't want to said Bivol out here standing strong on his pimping. Bivol out here, he's standing on business. He said, what you say, bitch? What you say? She was probably like, yeah, whatever. You probably beat Canelo, so what? But you don't got paper like him. You don't got paper like Canelo. She was probably on that shit. And that nigga was like, what you say to me, bitch? Bop! Smacked her. And I don't condone violence, but Bivol, he a wild nigga. They talk about some damn Bivol. She got a little scratch on the side of her face. They talk about some damn Bivol. He really pillow fisted. He couldn't even knock the bitch out. What's
Yo,
going
what's up,
on,
bro?
bro? Hey man, I'm over
Hey,
here like I'm laughing my ass off. And I should
you
I
had me
shouldn't be
dying with
laughing.
that.
I shouldn't be laughing, but it is what it is, bro.
Nah, nah, you had me dying with that. Oh, you beat Canelo, but you ain't got paper like him.
Yeah,
That shit
that,
was
that
funny.
type of shit probably hurt his feelings. You never know what these chicks be saying, man. Chicks just
Oh,
say some hurtful
absolutely,
shit to a nigga.
bro.
And
They
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 can
go
feel
for the
some
low
type of way.
blow. They go for the low
The
blow.
low
Listen,
the
when
low
they mad
blow.
at you, yep. When they mad at you, you got a shrimpy, da 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 da, all that.
That
But when they
shit.
happy, they don't mind it, right? Hey, hey. First and foremost, bro. Congratulations on your baby. How you loving the father life, man?
Man. I'm loving it so far, man.
There you
And
go. There you
I
go.
think I'm gonna continue loving it, man. I'm over here sneaking
Hmm.
some free time right now, cause shit,
Yeah,
I'm
for sure,
sitting
for
there
sure.
sleeping with the
Yeah, you're
wife.
gonna have to you're gonna have to always sneak it. But all right, but real quick, let's kind of like just get into you were talking about Tank is the face of boxing. I want to agree with you so bad on that, bro. But the
He
problem
should.
is, it's just
He
like
should.
it's just one fight, man. That's the problem, you know. Like one fight, he gets 1.2. You know, every other fight is like 200 to 300,000. So I don't know. I want to say that he's the face of boxing because he's one of my favorite fighters right now. And you know
You
me,
know
I'm
why
on
I'm
that
saying
fuck
he's the
Canelo
face of
all
boxing?
2023.
The reason why I
Why is
say
that?
he's the face of boxing because Canelo and Tank had fights, pay-per-view fights this year, and Javante Davis
Mm-hmm.
edged him out. And a lot of folks gonna
Mm-hmm.
say, "Well,
Edge.
in the past, we're not talking about the past. We're not. You can't win a
Mm-hmm.
game off of yesterday's numbers. This is
Right. Right.
2023 and going forward.
Yep.
What I've seen is
Yep.
Javante
But
Davis outsold him. So don't tell me about what
but
happened in
you also have to you
2022.
also have to you also have to put in mind consistency, bro. You know what I mean? Like yes, yeah, totally. He had 1.2, 1.3 million, whatever it was. That was great numbers. But what's he gonna do when he fight? Who's he fighting next? Does he have a fight next? Does he have a fight lined up?
You know, here's the thing. So do folks really want to do that? Do they really want to play that? Well, is Javante Davis going to outsell Canelo in their next fight? Because if they do that,
They're going to.
Javante Davis
Absolutely.
does, folks really going to be looking crazy, man. My thing is, I don't like how folks are going back to like 2012 and
Mm-hmm.
2014 to talk about pay per view numbers, where the future is
Right.
today. It's
Mm-hmm.
2023, man.
Mm-hmm.
You can't,
The
you
problem
gotta
with that,
face it.
the problem with that, art man, is Canelo just did 700,000 with Jamel Charlo. You know what I mean? So, and that was literally what 7 days ago. And before that, against John Ryder, I don't know if was that even a pay per view fight. I don't even remember, to be honest with you.
It was, but
It
they're
was
not
a
going
pay
to
per
tell
view
us
fight.
those.
Okay.
They're not going to tell us those numbers though.
Yeah, no, I didn't think so. But he just did 650 to 700,000 with Jamel Charlo. So you know what I mean? That's not back in 2012. You know, that's recently. It's a few days ago. So I got to see who, and it also depends on who Tank fights next too. You know, he's got to fight somebody Hispanic, in my opinion, because you know blacks and Hispanics make the biggest pay per view numbers. So it all depends on who he fights. You know what I mean?
If Tank fights Teofimo Lopez, he will outsell Canelo again. He will.
Yes, that's a big fight. That I agree
He
with you.
will. And
Yep.
that's what I'm talking. And that's what I'm talking about. And folks are like, well, Canelo's still a star. Who is Canelo's going to fight that will outsell Tank versus Lopez, or Tank
It,
fucking versus Anui or some shit,
it
or
has to
Tank
be
versus Tank?
Benavidez. It has to be Benavidez.
It has
It has
to
to
be
be.
And folks
Yeah.
are telling me that the reason why the fight only did 600K or 650 is because Charlo isn't known. So is Benavidez more known than Charlo?
No, absolutely not. Listen, I tell you this. Jamel Charlo in terms of boxing credentials and whatnot is bigger than Ryan. But obviously Ryan has like fucking 2 million followers on Instagram, so his fan base is a lot bigger than Charlo's. But I will say this though, Ryan Garcia never even came close to any of those numbers. I mean, I don't think he ever fought in pay per view, but if he did, you really think he's coming? You know, he's bringing in 500, 600,000? Hell no,
I heard that
absolutely not.
Luke Campbell fight was on pay per view, and
Not in the
Charlo,
states.
wow, and then Charlo fought on pay per view before, and he
Against
didn't
who?
do that
Castaño?
against uh Rosario.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Not as the main
Yeah,
eventer though, right?
that was pay per view. Charlo Derevchenko, Charlo Rosario. That was pay per view. I bought
Oh,
that.
okay. Okay. How many numbers did it do?
I think that she did like 100K 150,
Okay. Okay.
and I'm
So
like, well, what has Ryan done? And nobody wants to talk
nothing.
about Ryan's previous pay per view
Hmm.
numbers. So I'm like,
Hmm.
that whole Instagram shit, man. I don't think it really translates to pay per view buys. It's easy to follow somebody than it is to pull out your debit card and spend
Yes. Yes.
$7
Yep.
to a hundred
I agree.
dollars.
I agree with you 100% on that.
So like, I don't.
But I
And
don't
then
think. Go ahead.
you can buy followers. And I'm not saying
Mm,
Ryan is buying followers, but I'm just saying like you can. So having Instagram followers don't necessarily prove that
mhm.
that basically you're a pay-per-view star or a big
Yeah,
star.
but see the problem with Ryan Garcia is we don't have another fight, at least not in the states that was pay per view that I can remember, anyways.
The
To
Luke
base it,
Campbell
you
fight.
know, nah, that wasn't on pay per view, bro. That was the zone.
Look it up. Y'all look it up.
Hold on, in the states, there ain't no way. Let me see. Give me a second. I'm looking it up right now.
My dude 1300 Endo said if Canelo don't fight Andre Benavidez winner, he's gonna fall off and not stay on top of the sport. They talking about he's gonna fight the other Charlo next, and I'm like, nah, that's not even a
Yeah,
good
that's what I heard.
pay per view
That's what I
wise. I
heard.
don't think that's good unless they try to spin it as
Was
brothers revenge type shit.
yeah. Doesn't that sound like a Canelo move though?
It is, bro. It's so crazy because I be thinking in my head that once we really got Canelo cornered, but then he steps it up and figures a way to you know do his thing, like pulling
Right.
one four Charlo to 168 and selling it on pay per view. Man, that's crazy, but
Hmm.
he got it done.
Yep.
And I
So
want to
so
speak
and
on
I've
that.
I've heard the same thing
Go
as you
ahead.
have. Mhm. No, I was gonna say. Well, look, that fight was a very big disappointment in my eyes. Honestly, I don't know how you felt, bro, but I honestly think Charlo was just there for the payday. Like he didn't even try. You know?
Look, this is how I
Yo,
felt.
did I lose you?
Go fight,
Okay.
going into the fight. I remember I made that post and people got upset and say, "Oh, Art, man, you're a bitch. Why would you say that?" Because I was like, man, I'm not gonna lie. Charlo, Charlo's giving me white envelope vibes. He got the white envelope vibes. Basically meaning going into the fight, I felt like Charlo, I not necessarily got bribed, but I feel like he got, too comfortable with the money that was presented to him, and he didn't really go in there to win. He knew that if he couldn't hurt Canelo, he was just gonna go in there and just try to save face and go all 12 and cash out. That's what I think his mind frame was going into that fight. And I post that, and folks was like, "Oh, Art, man, you making excuses or whatever." So I'm like, "Okay, I ain't no bitch, so I'm riding with my countrymen. I'm riding with my countrymen." But deep down, I said, "Man, I have a feeling that Charlo is gonna fucking go in there and not perform the way I seen him perform in the past, and fucking leave with a check." And that's what I see, y'all. And I made another post on Twitter, man, that went viral a little bit, and folks got upset. I said, "Man, whenever you hear," and I got to talk about my people. If there's anybody gonna talk about the people, it got to be their own. I got to talk about my people. Whenever an FBA fighter go into a fight where he's the underdog and he say he is doing this for his people, or he's doing this for his culture, he's doing it for the hood. If he is saying that shit, just know he is not doing it for you niggas, and he is not thinking about you niggas at all. He is thinking about that motherfucking check that they just gave him, but he has to sell this shit to you niggas. That's exactly what it is. Whenever you hear a fighter, a black American fighter, go into a fight where he's the underdog and he says he's doing it for the hood, the country, the culture, all that shit, just know it is going to be some fuck shit. And I'm serious, man. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm dead ass serious.
Yeah, no, I mean
That
you ain't
that's
you ain't
code.
lying.
That's code word for you niggas wouldn't believe the type of money they just gave me.
No, I mean you're right. I can't. Yo, off the top of my head, Charlo, Broner, those two come off the top of the head when when Broner fought Pacquiao, lost every round. Charlo, fighting against Canelo and lost every round. So yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I would say Keith Thurman, but I don't know because he
I mean,
was
do you
fighting
claim
like
him?
Keith Thurman. Yeah, hell yeah, I claim Keith Thurman as
Okay,
his pops FBA for sure.
okay. All right. Another thing too. Can we stop this whole notion of daring to be great? Like, please. Like, okay, off the top of your head, when is the last time somebody actually went up two, three-weight divisions and actually won? And I'm talking about an elite fighter, not Canelo Kovalev, where he was clearly paid off to lose. Like, I'm talking
Floyd
about like actually Floyd against who?
Floyd against everybody at like welterweight because the nigga was like a 135 pounder. and then he
Okay,
fought
but
what
no, no,
four.
but I'm no, no, no. Listen. Floyd grew into the welterweight division because his body got bigger. I'm talking about like some Roy Jones, John Ruiz type of like where he moved up specifically to quote unquote dare to be great
The
and
only,
actually did it.
only thing I can think of is like niggas from like the past, like the '80s.
That's what I'm saying. That whole daring to be great is bullshit, bro. You know what I mean? Like, do you remember the whole build up to Canelo against Bivol was, oh, he's daring to be great, motherfucker. He was already a champion at that weight division. What are we talking about? Why are you saying he's daring to be great? He was already a champion at 175. How is he daring
And
to be great? Doesn't make
no,
any sense.
no, when I say, because Canelo fans, man, they're acting like they just won the Super Bowl or something, beating Charlo, and
Right.
I'm like, dog. Let me put it in context for you. The former light heavyweight champion just beat the junior middleweight champion.
Yeah. Wow. So shocking. That's awesome. Like, come
So
on, bro.
fucking
Like, fuck.
like, what are you talking? And what's shocking is saying, and he didn't knock him out.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, that's shocking. Because listen, when Kell Brook went up to fight Triple G, he got destroyed. He got beaten. He got battered.
that
Right.
that lets you know why you should
Mm-hmm.
not jump up multiple weight class. That if that was a
Exactly.
fight to determine why you shouldn't jump up multiple weight classes, that's it right there. Because
Yep.
the shit out of him. And Kell Brook
Yeah.
was, and that's the thing. Kell Brook was looking good. Like hit him with
Mm-hmm.
uppercut, all his best work. Like man, mixing
Yes. See,
it.
Kell Brook. See,
Fuck.
Kell Brook. That's the guy that if he does an interview and says, "Yo, when I fought Triple G, I was daring to be great," I would believe it because he tried to win and he actually won like 2 3 rounds against Triple G. Amir Khan. He
You
tried
think
to win against
gotta
Canelo.
say Charlo didn't have the heart. He sold out.
I mean, how do you feel about that? What do you think?
I think Charlo was doing that shit for himself. I'm gonna keep.
Exactly.
I just hate the
Yeah.
fact. So, and the reason why he's getting all this backlash is because you can't just be saying you're doing it for the culture and then go in there and get
Hmm.
not even try.
Yeah. Right. But that
Like
what's sad is,
Wilder, he said he did it for the people. He went out there and tried to win.
yeah, exactly,
Charlo went.
exactly. And you know what's sad, bro? You know what's sad? Me and you have had a million conversations about this whole Fury Wilder shit. But at the end of the day, I could definitely look at Wilder and be like, yo, he actually tried. He doesn't have half the boxing skills that Charlo does, but he actually went out there and tried, and I will give that to him. But Jamel Charlo just went out there and just
Out
just made
ev-
a joke out of himself.
against a guy that's 50 pounds heavier, and you fight a guy that's
Exactly.
14 pounds heavier, and you ain't even trying.
Exactly. And you know what? You know what's sad? If he actually tried, who knows what could have happened? Because there were some instances where he was actually popping the jab, and tagging Canelo.
And
That's the sad part.
the thing is, you don't have to knock Canelo out to win the fight, Charlo.
Right.
What
Right.
the fuck?
Exactly.
You didn't, bro. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. Let's just say Devin Haney was a natural 154 pounder, and he jumped
Right.
up to 68. I would give
Hmm.
him a better chance of beating Canelo than Charlo did because at least
Hmm.
Devin Haney will fucking box and try to move or clinch or
Yeah.
something.
Right.
Charlo,
Right. Right. Exactly.
Charlo threw the same combination: jab,
Hmm.
jab, left hook
Yep.
that fucking didn't even land, or when it landed, got caught, and then he started
Hmm.
getting on the back foot. That
Yep.
was it. I was like, oh, nah, this ain't
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I think in like the second or third round, I'm watching the fight. I'm like, yeah, Charlo's not gonna try to win. Yeah, and I would never, ever in my life have thought that all the shit that Charlo talking about, oh, fuck around with me, you get knocked the fuck out. Talking about, oh, I could beat Canelo, da 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 da. So I actually thought it was gonna be a very competitive fight. I mean, I guess I put the blame on me for being so naive, but I honestly thought that Charlo was gonna win some rounds, and I thought it would be a little competitive until Canelo catches him. That's
I
how I
did.
saw the fight going.
I did into fight week, bro. I just noticed something like people's characteristics. Like he wasn't
Yeah.
talking shit the whole build up, man.
Right.
And like the shit probably could have did a million if he did a build. But
Hmm.
I don't know. My thing is he was talking shit, dog, and
Hmm.
it just seems to me that he was already content with going in there, getting that fucking money, and getting the fuck up out of there. And I
Yeah,
ain't mad
pretty much.
at that, but I do feel a certain type of way when he says he's doing it for the coach. Stop saying you're doing
Hmm.
it for the coach. Don't get the people involved, and then don't be upset when the culture, Because niggas talking about, oh, Cam and May, they going too far. Talking about, nigga, that comes with the game. When you
Right,
get
right.
million, get these fucking 15, $10 million, what's a little public scrutiny to you? What's that?
Hmm. Hmm. Right, right. No, I get it. I get it. Like I said, look, me personally, I used to be a very big fan of Jamel. I lost a lot of respect after that, and I might not even be a fan anymore, to be honest with you.
And
Because, like
that,
I,
I hate that for him. Like
mhm.
dog, like dog. Like,
Bro, you've been calling this man out for 10 years, bro. 10 fucking years. Come on. This is the performance you put up. Like, if he would have gotten knocked the fuck out and actually tried, I would have respected. People wouldn't hold it against him. Nobody holds the loss against Triple G on Kell Brook. Nobody.
bro,
Nobody brings up, oh, Amir Khan, that's why you got knocked out by Canelo. No, nobody holds that against them. You know what I mean? Because guess what? They understand how boxing work, how weight divisions work, and they understood that he was actually trying to win the fight, and he went out like a quote unquote warrior. You know? But come on, bro. Like I would have respected him a lot more if he would have like gotten stopped because at the end of the day it was just
nigga,
too much weight.
I
I would have respected him for it.
think about Cruz, nigga. He's thinking about goddamn new renovations he about to get on the mansion. Think about the Disneyland. He's thinking about that fucking Ferrari he had in his cart. You know what I'm saying? Thinking about that shit. He's not thinking
Yeah,
about what the hell we talking about right now.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
No, I get it. I get it. Trust me, I
I
get
was,
it. I
I
mean,
was the fight. I mean, I was looking at the All Access,
mhm.
and I felt like he was gonna lose watching the All Access because this nigga's in there eating fucking lamb chops and shit with the family and all that
Right, right, right.
stuff. Like, bro, like
Yeah.
he
Well,
got
look,
his kids are grown, man. I didn't know his
yeah,
kids were that big.
me neither. Me neither.
I'm
Wait,
like,
by the
it's like
way, how much did Charlo make against Canelo? Because
I,
Canelo made 50 apparently.
I don't believe that either.
You don't think so?
And they need to stop saying that shit too loud before the cartel hear about that.
Mm. Yep, good point. But I mean, look, I guess we could all say whatever we want, but none of us have been in the ring with a 10, $15 million on the line. So you know
I
what I
would,
mean?
he ain't. My dude Xavier Martinez. I will say he tank the face of boxing as of now, but he's the next in line for sure. Nope. I would say Canelo was the face of boxing from like 2016, 2020, but now it's Tank's turn. He's
I
doing.
think if Tank's next fight does like 400,000 or 500,000, then you could have that argument. But until then, like I said, I gotta see him because
Look at
this fight
Tank's
could do 1.2.
look look at Tank's options. And list the fight that you see that's an option that won't do 500K.
That won't do 500K. Well, I mean, what are his realistic options? He's still at 35. So, I mean, Shakur, I don't think that happens next, but that's a big pay per view fight for him. Who else is at 35? Maybe George Kambosos. I think that one would do some good
Nigga,
numbers.
hell no, he better not fight no goddamn George Moses.
I'm just saying, man. You told me look at his options, so I'm looking at his options. There's not
Okay,
many guys at 35. Go ahead.
okay. Tank Pitbull Cruz,
Hmm.
Tank Frank Martin,
Hmm.
Tank Devin Haney.
Hmm. Haney's not coming back down to 35, bro.
I'm just saying they don't have to be at 35. It could be
Okay, I
at
mean
one.
if they do at 40, okay, okay. Well, look, I'm gonna say
So
this against Frank
none of those
Martin.
fights, you don't think none of those fights do 500K?
Not against Frank Martin. No, absolutely not. I think Shakur does that. I think with Pitbull he gets close, but against Frank Martin, no, I don't believe he. I think with Frank Martin, probably maybe he gets to 3. But for you to call him the face of boxing,
What would do better?
he.
What would do better numbers? Devin Haney versus Javante Davis,
Mhm.
or Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez?
Canelo and David, 100%. Because that's
You
the
think?
fight everybody wants. Yeah, that's the fight that everybody wants. We all want that fight. You want that fight. I do. Like everybody, everybody.
You don't think
I
nobody?
think
You don't think they're willing to pay Devin Haney versus Javante Davis?
no. Of course. I want to watch that fight too. But if you're asking me between which of those two fights I would want to see more, I want to see David Benavidez and Canelo Alvarez.
Feel like you're switching up the two between what fight are you more interested in, than what fight would generally do better numbers. Because I
Well, that
feel like unity
mhm.
and a lot of folks come out to see Devin Haney versus Javante Davis.
You might be right. You might be
That's
right.
like
Me
Mike,
personally,
that's really
mhm.
some Mike Tyson Holyfield shit, if you ask me.
Well, look, I'm gonna say this personally. If you're asking me, I think Benavidez Canelo does more because that's a fight people have been clamoring for a lot longer. But
We for
Tank and
Errol
Haney
Spence
does good numbers too.
Crawford. We've been clamoring for Errol Spence versus Crawford, and that shit.
Hmm.
What that only did like 700.
Yeah, something like that. But you also okay.
This
You
shit
also got to remember too. In 2023, we live in a stream world. Nobody buys fights anymore. You know what I mean? So 700,000 in a world that everybody has a stream to the fight for free. That's some very damn good numbers. That's why Tank and Ryan doing 1.2 million when literally all you have to do is just, you know, type of stream online. You probably get one. That is insane. You know. But like I said, both fights will do very, very good numbers. I just think Benavidez and Canelo probably does more.
you think he'll do 900K?
Uh, yeah, probably possible. I wouldn't bank on it, but I think it does. Like if you're asking me realistically, I think it does 6 to 8. I don't know
Okay,
if it goes
what
over
does
8. You said
Benavidez
what?
Benavidez versus Canelo or Tank versus Teofimo Lopez?
Ask your question again, please.
Tank versus Teofimo Lopez pay per view.
Hmm.
Canelo
Hmm.
versus David Benavidez pay per view.
Which one does better?
Which one does better?
I'm gonna say the same thing. Canelo Benavidez.
Okay, okay. What about Tank versus motherfucking Lomachenko?
You said Tank versus Lomachenko.
Yeah,
Uh, well, look, I'm gonna say this. Lomachenko right now, a lot of us consider him washed up and old. His fight against Devin only did 150, so I
yeah.
think that
That's
fight could get up to.
like 400K. That's hell. I think it'll be too late, but people would like Tank knockout
Mhm.
Loma.
Gotcha.
Tank versus Tio. Okay, okay. I feel that. I feel that, and that's the thing. Tank has options, consistent options, bro, and we all know it's gonna do numbers. Said Tank versus Loma do numbers, and white people coming out for him, and that's my thing, bro. I'm trying to tell these people, man. And niggas ain't listen to R man. They say, "Oh, R man's tripping." I'm like, dog, you can Tank. He can have all these fights back to back if he want. Fight against Loma, fight against Cruz, fight against Devin Haney, fight against Shakur Stevenson. He can line it up just like that. And you telling me that's not face of boxing material? Psh. Then Canelo, who he gonna fight? David Benavidez. When? That shit sound good, but nigga, when he gonna fight that nigga? Niggas talk. People on Twitter talking about they mandating Canelo versus David Benavidez. Who gonna mandate him? Not the WBC. Honestly, I just feel like Javante Davis, he's in a spot right now where he's going nothing but up from here. Canelo, he's basically he had his time, but it's showing. The numbers are showing. 700K, that's some good work. It definitely is. But when you're coming from a guy that's making 1 million, it's like when you're in business and you're making, let's say you're making fucking 10 million a year. Then the next year you're making six. Yeah, 6 million still, nigga, that's still a lot of money, right? But at a point in time, you were making 10. And then you're telling me a new guy that has a different company, he's making 10 now. He's making 10. And y'all just had a product that came out. And his product just made fucking 10 million over the year. and your product made 6 million over the year. Regardless of what you like to say, oh man, back in the day I was doing this. It doesn't matter because today in 2023, this guy's product is selling more. It is what it is. This is the future. The future is today. Let's keep it going. So Morel, right there. That's your weight class available exactly. But nigga, hell no. That's the last thing Canelo would do. Subconsciously, Canelo and fanboys know that David Morrell will fucking go in there and fucking probably wash Canelo, bro. And people think it's a popularity contest and think that, oh, we just being mean. We just want to see Canelo get beat up or whatever. It's like this, bro. Canelo's a good fighter. Don't get me wrong. He's a veteran in this game. He's very experienced at boxing. You know what I'm saying? But there's this thing called bad style match ups. We've seen a bad style matchup before, like Hurd versus Williams. That was a super bad matchup. Canelo went in there fighting Charlo. Yes, he beat Charlo. He got the knockdown or whatever. But the way Canelo fights, man, and people hate Oscar De La Hoya for saying it, but it's so fucking spot on. Canelo fights so damn flat footed, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, people talking about, oh, look how he just stalks his prey. Nigga, he has to stalk his prey because he can't be on his toes bouncing and doing all that lateral movement and all that shit. He has to walk like that. He has to jump and skip like that because he does not have good foot movement. He knows how to fucking cut off the ring, most definitely, because he's a vet. He been doing this shit for fucking when niggas had fucking iPods. You know what I'm saying? He been doing this shit. But what I seen Canelo performance wise against Charlo, people talking about he's looking better, man. He's no nigga, it's the same old shit where he just stalks you down, throws a little pit pat jabs, and then fucking just start fucking uh what you call it again, loading up on all his punches, literally loading up on all his punches. You be like, damn nigga, you gotta mix it up a little bit. This nigga is literally loading it. This what he'll do. He'll Canelo he'll stalk you right and he'll do the little fake like he's moving his head around like yeah so he can slip your jab coming in and then he'll he'll just pressure you with the jab and it don't even be like a hard jab where it's like Devin Haney where he's popping your face back. It's literally just him just putting his hand out like this. And I'm surprised that the ref don't say, hey man, you can't do this, you can't do that, because they usually say it with black fighters for some reason, where a fighter will keep the jab out like that. Char- Canelo basically put the jab in Charlo's face, load up on all the fucking. It's like it's crazy. It's like a nigga in the hood. He's just like cocking that shit back and just swinging, and Charlo's just like, oh, and fucking running around the fucking ring, catching that shit. I'm like, man, bro, fucking pop his ass coming in. Like, what are you doing? Just pop his ass with the jab coming in, Charlo. This nigga's literally lining you up. He's literally lining you up with his fucking left hand so he can hit you with a right hand and then hit you with like a left hook to the stomach. Like, come on, bro. This shit's so predictable. Even my old lady, even my old lady was like, damn, Charlo, like this nigga's so Canelo's kind of predictable. What the fuck? He's just getting you on the ropes and he's just punching you on your arms and he kind of hit you with a hook. You can't shoot a fucking straight right hand down the middle and then pivot out. What are we doing here? But he said, my fault, G. The service is dog doo doo. No, it's all good, man. We just chopping it up with the family. He said, nobody hates Canelo. We just want him to fight people on an equal playing field. Like, goddamn, Canelo got to fight everybody with a fucking advantage. And then when he fights a nigga who got who has the advantage, he end up losing. Talking about bivol, his first Official loss after Floyd. What the fuck is that, nigga? Shut that shit up. What is that nigga talking about his first loss after Floyd? Nigga, no. Just say, nigga, his second fucking loss. He has a loss, bro. We all take them, nigga. Wins and losses, nigga, like Meek Mill, bro. We take that shit. We walk on. Said Beaver beat that man with a simple 1-2 and foot movement. You feel me? And I'm like, bro, it's not like Canelo was doing something that we ain't never ever seen before in boxing, bro. He's literally just walking dudes down and fucking they just letting them they just curl up and just let him wail on his arms. And then the one nigga that fucking says, nah, fuck that shit. I'm about to pop this nigga with a 1-2 and back up. That nigga wins the fight easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? What are we talking about? Said Bivol exposed Canelo. Not really. He didn't expose Canelo. He didn't expose Canelo, in my opinion. Because this is not something that we didn't see from Canelo in the past. He said Charlo was scared. Charlo was embarrassing. They call that shit totem pole jab. Said no more line talk. Yeah, they laughing that nigga off the block. Said Wilder used to do it to people. It's so basic. It's simple. Shakur does the same thing too. The thing about Shakur is that he has defense to fucking when the nigga tries to counter that shit, he'll be able to catch your punch and then counter you all in the same distance. And that's why niggas be like, damn, Shakur, he goaded for that shit. Yeah, that shit's cold. It takes a lot of skill to do that. It definitely does. And a guy like Shakur, skill wise, if he was naturally in the same weight class, Canelo would be fucking easy work to him. And Devin Haney. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. And that's why Crawford looking at this shit like, dang, I think this nigga, boy, shit, I can go up there and do some shit. But niggas thinking like, man, Crawford, you're skilled, but still power is power. Weight classes is weight classes. But then again, I believe in Bud Crawford's IQ. I think Crawford IQ can get him out of there. Definitely not get Canelo knocked out, but win beat Canelo on the cards. Definitely, most definitely. This is what Charlo did, in my opinion. I honestly feel like Charlo, he went in there right with a game plan, and this was his game plan. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna see how what it's looking like. Pop him with a jab, and I'm gonna hit him with a punch, and I'm gonna possibly take his punch to see what it's like. And if I can eat that shit, I'm about to style on this nigga. But if I can't, I'm about to get on the bike. But one thing's fucking clear: that fucking check. That fucking check I got is clear like a motherfucker. So either or, either way, I'm going to win. That's what I feel like Charlo's game plan was coming in. Because keep it 1,000, if I was jumping up 2 weight classes to fight a nigga like that, that would be my game plan. Go in there and think, man, fuck it. Shh. If I can't hurt this nigga, I'm gonna get on my bike because I ain't trying to get knocked out. I still got a couple more fights on when it lose my next fight, type shit, brain cells and all that. Let me just do my thing. But if I can hit this nigga and it hurts, I'm cracking him. Let's keep it going. He went in there, bro. He felt Canelo's power, and he said, "Oh no." But he was taking Canelo's punches. He definitely was. But sometimes folks don't really understand. Like, even though you could take a 1-2 punches, you can't take 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row type shit. You can take 1, 2. You know what I'm saying? Not a whole fucking set of punches. Like, so he got on his bike. He did what they say black fighters do. He quote unquote ran. Say if I were Wilder, I'd tweet skills pay the bills with a picture of Canelo. And you see, Wilder, he's not a petty nigga like that. I do that though. I do some shit like that. I'd be like, damn, that would be my first tweet in a minute. I'd be like, skills pay the bills type shit. Said chick cleared, I won type shit. What they say, a win is a win. But man, look at this shit right here. Artmanapparel.com, man. Hoodies is too fucking fire. I'm up early, just left the post office. Ship some packages out to my people, man. Man, look, I'm about to go in there and make that Andre versus Benavidez. And I'm about to make that Devin Haney versus Pro Gray hoodies. So y'all basically better hit up fucking artmanapparel.com, man. Artmanapparel.com. We said I had to turn the press conference off. I had to turn the comments off in that post press conference. Man, I didn't even watch that shit. Because around the fourth round, man, I was like, man, I already went back to the car and started rolling up. I was like, dog, this ain't it, man. This ain't it. But yeah. I don't know, man. You can't compare niggas like Wilder and Charlo, bro. And that was the topic on Twitter. They're saying basically like there's two different type of niggas. Like man, niggas like Wilder, niggas like Charlo. Should, man, should we have listened to Tony Harrison? Was Tony Harrison right the whole time? Was Tony Harrison right the whole time? That's what I'm thinking, man. Maybe we should have listened to Tony Harrison. Said we need that Jamal Charlo shirt. Man, Maul need to get back in there, bro. I don't know, man. And I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you, my brother. I'm gonna keep it all the way 1,000 with you. I'm not liking the direction Jamal Charlo's going with his career, bro. But that is his career. At the end of the day, it's not my career; it's his career. But as a black man looking at another black man, and I want to see him do good. I'm looking at the brother, and I'm looking like, man, this nigga out here linking up with motherfucking Roy Jones Jr. and shit, nigga who's probably the worst trainer of modern boxing. Like, let's keep it 1,000. Not saying that he wasn't a good fighter, a great fighter. He definitely was. But every nigga he trained got their ass kicked, you know what I'm saying? Or looked crazy in the fucking ring, bro, trying to imitate what the fuck Roy Jones Jr. does. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at Charles like, bro, you been inactive, nigga. Don't go in there try to do some fucking no look hook, nigga, on your first fight back, nigga, and get slapped. Shit gonna be crazy, man. They gonna be like, see, both of them niggas, them Negroes ain't nothing. Come on, man. This is not the Al Heyman's game plan, man. This is not the Al Heyman's plan, man. He wanted you brothers to shine. You know what I'm saying? He wants y'all brothers to make some good money and live y'all fucking lives. But damn, man. He said Terrell made both of them look bad, man. They look, man. Woo, man, we taking it. We said Maul is mentally damaged. And you know what? That really got me thinking like on some real shit. And I'm not saying I'm some type of expert when it comes to people's mentalities and what goes on in their head or anything like that. But from the outside looking in, man, do y'all think that this guy Charlo, Big Charlo, do y'all think he may have a little? And I'm not trying to wish this on him. I swear I'm not trying to wish this shit up on his brother. Man, I swear I'm not. But do y'all think that Charlo may have a little a little CTE? And I'm not trying to say this to be funny or to be any type of disrespectful to Charlo or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, do y'all feel like this brother may have a little CTE, bro? That fight with Montiel, he took a lot of damage in that fight. And folks be thinking, oh, nah, every fight you good, you move on. Nah, sometimes shit be building up. It be accumulation of punches, bro. Y'all gotta watch this movie, Concussion with Will Smith. It don't just be like the one fight or the one tackle, that fucks you up. It be the accumulation of punches like over time. These niggas been fighting since he was young. This nigga just came from having a fucking war. You'll never know, Nick. Not saying that he has severe CTE, but you can have like a little small symptom of it. They say it starts with like aggression and lashing out and saying crazy things. You never fucking know, bro. And I'm not trying to say this shit to be funny or anything. Since we talking about the subject of mental health. You know what I'm saying? Say I'm an expert on it. Say why does Canelo have to move up the pound for pound for beating the Jamel who's never on the list, moved up 2 weight classes? I don't know. I don't know. But I do know. But if I say it, they're gonna say, "Oh, Art man, why are you being like this? Why are you talking about race?" Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Canelo is a white Mexican. He's a white Latino. You know what I'm saying? And I know folks like to say, "Oh, well, he's Mexican. He's Mexican. Don't talk about color, nigga." Any man with 2 eyes or woman can look at Canelo and say, "Oh, that's a white guy. That's definitely a white man. He has white skin. Yes, he's from Mexico, but he has those Irish genes. He definitely does. That's probably why he can fight hard." You know what I'm saying? Not saying Mexico don't produce good fighters, but I'm just saying it's probably just in them. But anyways, that shit is like gold out here in America. And I know all the foreigners, and I'm gonna keep it 1,000. Some foreigners don't understand, and some descendants of foreigners don't understand in this country that they do understand. I'm not even gonna play that they're ignorant. They understand exactly what's going on. Here in America, race fucking sells. The fact that this guy is a white complected Mexican that speaks Spanish and looks white and speaks English is great marketability, bro. It definitely is. This nigga is on XO Hennessy, nigga. It's not on me, it's in me, nigga. What are we saying here, bro? You think a nigga who look like Margarito gonna get a fucking deal like that with XO Hennessy? You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. It's the skin. It's the skin. And they know about colorism. And I remember, I don't know if it was Showtime, man. It pisses me off that I cannot find this clip. But it was one of the all access or one of the build-ups for one of Canelo's fight. And they were talking about his skin complexion. They were saying something that was perceived as a weakness in Mexico is now perceived as a marketing tool in America, which is the skin color and the red hair. Said white Irish. He said they're German art. Settled Mexico, Central America. They call them German Mexicans. Shit, you gonna have to fill me in. I don't know too much about it because I just don't know too much about it. But just looking at, he looks like an Irishman. Just saying. But anyways, I gotta get up out of here, man. Uh oh, wait. Before I get up out of here, one more time. I gotta cook on this. Fucking Bivol, this guy Bivol, he beat his bitch up, man. And white media, they ain't saying a motherfucking thing about it. They ain't saying shit about it. I posted on Twitter. I'm saying, but why ain't nobody talking about this guy Biffle slapping his chick up? What we talking about here? And niggas like, nah, it's not true. What you mean it's not true? When it was Javante Davis, it was true. It was guilty until proven innocent. And y'all already know the stigma with uh, uh, guys in physical combat sports or whatever. You already know when it comes to that, these guys are known for being on their chicks. Am I lying? It happens to all these guys, and I'm not saying that every boxer does this, but I'll be a liar to say that a lot of boxers don't do this. These boxers do be beating up on their chicks because when think about it, you are a boxer, right? Not just saying you. I'm just saying in general. You're a boxer, and you're coming up, and the only thing you know how to do is fight. Only way you can make money is by using your 2 hands. Your problem solver is this in your other right, saying your other hand or whatever. That's the problem solver. So him being in a situation where he's arguing with his chick and he feel disrespected, when a nigga disrespect him, he put this motherfucking hands on him. So he probably like, bitch. And it's just a natural reflex in his head, like, what the fuck, you said something crazy to me? And he just punched that bitch. And I ain't making excuses for him. Fuck that shit. I don't condone that shit. But sometimes with these boxers who get punched in the face for a living and handle all their problems with their fist, sometimes that should just be a natural reaction to them niggas. And they be like, oh shit. But then sometimes these niggas actually just be genuinely crazy. They just be beating bitches up. Like Kovalev, kicking dogs and shit. And look, this ain't the last, and this ain't the, I mean, this ain't the first Russian who's accused of beating this bitch up and doing some wild shit. I heard it's not even just him beating the bitch up. She talking about this nigga forced her to get her abortion, all types of shit. And I don't know, got the pops on payroll or something. The pops telling her to calm down, don't talk about it. He got the pops shook. How he got the pop shook? What going on? See, it needs to, damn, hold on, man. Maybe there is something that the WBC talking about. They ain't trying to sanction this nigga fight. Maybe this nigga do got some other shit going on. Crazy ass nigga. It always be them quiet niggas, man. Say, yeah, I saw it. Yeah, man, that shit crazy. Said, let it been Floyd or Tank. Boy, that should be big news, man. Big fucking news, man. But I'm gonna definitely keep on cooking on this shit on Twitter because it's just funny. It's funny to me because I love calling out the double standards. I love that shit because we live in a world where it's 2000 fucking 23 and people still asking us what, why are we talking about race? Why is race involved? Nigga, this is fucking, nigga, this is fucking boxing, bro. Race is one of the biggest element in fucking sales, bro, in this sport. So of course race fucking matters in boxing. And right now, what we're seeing with this media, they protecting this nigga Bivol until she start pressing some charges. Then you really gotta talk about it. Let that bitch go press some charges. Matter of fact, I'm about to get on Google Translate. I'm gonna be a petty ass nigga. Yeah, yeah, go fucking press charges. Nah, nah, I ain't gonna get on my Charleston White shit. But somebody will. Somebody will. Somebody definitely will. Tell that chick to go press some fucking charges, bro. Because it's all about that mighty dollar too. And then she could take that nigga to civil court if he in America. Ain't he American now? He ain't Russian no more, right? Shit. Take that nigga to civil court. He gonna be begging Canelo for a fight. He'll fight that nigga Canelo at 163. He'll fight that nigga Canelo at 163 with a rehydration clause that's only applies to him. Fuck you talking about, nigga. Said where this shit happened. I don't know. I don't know. They about to. She been posting more shit, but I haven't really like digged into that shit because I have a baby. So you know what I'm saying. I'm focused on my child. Got other shit to focus about. Focus on, I mean. You know what I'm saying. And that's what I'm about to go do right now. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Artmanapparel.com. Artman Boxing. Y'all have a nice day. We definitely gonna keep it chop. We definitely gonna keep on chopping up on this subject. Follow me on Twitter at Artman the Goat. Follow me on Instagram, Artman the Great 2 and Artman the Great.